What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Alya if you are new here. So in today's video, as you can probably tell by the title, I will be reviewing one of the cheapest, if not arguably the cheapest, drugstore makeup brand out there, and that is going to be Wet n Wild. Now, it's no secret, you guys know I love Wet n Wild lipsticks. I use them religiously. Pretty much in every video you've ever seen, you always see me raving about how great they are, and most of them are under $2. And Wet n Wild recently just came out with a few new products in their line, so I thought, what better time than to just kind of try and order one of everything, so I could do a full face look for you and just review each product as we go. Now, I want to say I have already tried all of these products. I actually did a full face of them yesterday because I really wanted to test the wear on them, and I will insert some photos for you to see of what my face looked like at the end of the day. So this is not a first impressions video, however, I feel like it'll be more effective and useful because I will really be able to tell you how each product performs. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. I'm just gonna pull my hair back in this extremely unattractive hairstyle. So I'm pretty much just going to go in order of how these products would be applied and worn. The first product I want to talk about is the Prime Focus Priming Serum, which states that it is hydrating. And I will say that this does have a sparkle in the bottle, so it is definitely going to give you a bit of a shine underneath your foundation. So if you are not into the whole dewy, shiny look, like if you already have kind of like combination to oily skin, you may want to avoid this one. Also, I wanted to say all of the Wet n Wild products are vegan and cruelty-free, so that's great, especially for a really affordable drugstore makeup brand. Now, as far as the ingredients go, in pretty much all of these products, they're not super clean. So if you're someone who is looking for a more clean makeup line, this is definitely not for you. So the first thing that you will notice is this comes in like an eyedropper type of deal, which I will say I'm not a huge fan of because I'm not the type of person that likes to, like, you know, drop this on my face. It's kind of messy, so I put it in my hand. I prefer a pump or just something not so liquid. The other thing is, I don't know, it's got a really strong fragrance. I don't want to say it smells like nail polish remover because it doesn't. It actually smells like this shampoo and conditioner I have from the Argan Oil brand called Cactus Water. That's what this smells like. I don't know what cactuses smell like, but this smells exactly like that, so it's a little weird. So you will smell it initially when you apply it to your face. If you are someone that cannot handle strong smells, the foundation also has a distinct smell. So you will notice right away that there is a bit of a sheen to your skin. The next product I will be using is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and this is Dewy. And I got this in the shade Buff Bisque, which is a light to medium shade with neutral undertones. Now this says, hydrates and smooths complexion for a luminous finish, buildable coverage for normal to dry skin. Shake well before use. Now, another thing that I want to say is I'm not crazy about this doe foot applicator, and the reason for that being is it's actually plastic. Normally with doe foot applicators, they are a soft spongy texture. This one is literally plastic, and I'm not a fan of that style for foundation. I prefer, again, like a pump. And this has that same really strong scent to it. Now my skin is pretty angry at me, so you will see what kind of coverage this provides, and it is very buildable like it says. Now I'm sure most of you know that I'm not really a big foundation gal. I do prefer a BB cream just because it is lighter, but I do like that this has a buildable consistency, so you can put it on lighter or thicker depending on what you like. Another thing I want to mention is all the products I'm using today work really well together. They don't cause the foundation to move, there's no patchiness, and they are all really buildable and they blend out really seamlessly, so that is fantastic. Next, I will be using the Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Light Neutral, and I will say this is not a heavy duty concealer, but it is very buildable, so depending on how dark your circles are or your dark spots, you can apply a couple layers of this and it'll look fine. I will say for a really cheap drugstore concealer, this one does work really well. I don't really have any complaints with it. It doesn't really crease a lot over time, which is nice. There's nothing worse than having tons of under eye creasing going on, which can happen with some of the other concealers. Even the Tarte Shape Tape, I noticed, can do that. The one thing I do want to say about this foundation though is while it does not crease on my forehead, it definitely creases right around my laugh lines, like you can already see. In the future, when I use this, I might just use my BB cream like in this area, and if I'm having, you know, really problematic skin, maybe I will use this on the rest of my face, because I do really like the way that this foundation sets. Next, I'm going to go in with another shade of concealer, and this is actually in the shade Dark Cocoa, because I'm going to be using this one as a contour. I couldn't really find any contour type products on their website. I don't know if they were sold out or what the deal was, so I just decided to get a darker concealer. However, this one does look like it would be a little bit on the cooler side, but it comes out fairly warm, so I probably wouldn't use this unless I was very bronzed from the sun naturally. So as you can see, it blended down quite nicely and seamlessly. It's not patchy or anything like that, which is great. And the next thing I'm going to use is the Mega Glow Makeup Stick Blush. This is in the shade Floral Majority, but it's a really pretty color and it goes on so beautifully, and it's really buildable, which I love because you know your girl likes some blush. And it just gives that perfect amount of glow and flush to your skin, so it looks very natural, but you can build it up for a more dramatic look. Yeah, my other camera just died, so I just switched over to my second camera. If it looks a little different, that is why. So moving right along to eyebrows, I will say of all of the products that I purchased, the eyebrow product is my least favorite. This is the Ultimate Brow Mascara in the shade Nothing But Brunette. This really does not like even hold a candle to my Maybelline Fiber Brow Volumizer. This doesn't really make your eyebrows any like bushier or longer, and the consistency is somewhat watery, but it just doesn't hold your eyebrows as nice as I would like. Now, if you're someone that already has really great eyebrows and you don't need a lot done to them, you might like this product. All right, I've changed my mind a little bit. As long as you're not applying any eyebrow powder or pomade to your brows prior to using this product, this actually goes on really well and it does look really nice. However, yesterday when I did it, I did use my NYX eyebrow powder, which I always use, and for some reason this and that just did not work well together. So if you're a girl that just likes a nice tinted eyebrow gel, I would go for this and just be mindful that it doesn't necessarily mix well with other products. So the eyeshadow that I picked up is the Petalit. As you can see, it's just an eyeshadow quad, and it does tell you where to place the shadow. So you have the brow bone, the eyelid, the transition, and the crease. The eyelid shade, I will say, is not very dark. So yesterday I did apply a light shade underneath it. So in this case, I'm going to just use the brow bone shade to cover my eyelids first before applying the actual eyelid shade, because it's not very saturated and it does not show up that well otherwise. So now this is the eyelid shade, and it's just a very, very, very light sort of lilac color. Now I will say these eyeshadows are a little bit patchy. They don't necessarily go on super heavy. They're a lot more light. And I'm going to go in with more transition shade, and there is like a lot of fallout, so even you can probably just see all the dust that comes off there. So just be aware of that if you don't want a lot of fallout all over your face. I'm going to go in with the darker shade that is meant for the crease. What I will say is these shades do blend really nicely together, so that is great. And I'm just going to take that same darker purple and go right underneath the eye. So you'll end up with something sort of like that, and it does look really pretty. It is a really nice quad of purples, which is hard to come by, honestly. Purple eyeshadow is a really hit or miss. So this is a product that I'm actually really excited about, and that is the Mega Slim Skinny Tip Eyeliner. The tip is very, very fine and precise, and it is so easy to get the exact precision that you want with this. So definitely my favorite, I would say, of all the products so far. So as you can see, you can get a really fine line right above your eyelashes. You can even like go in between your eyelashes with this. That's how fine this is. But what I love is it doesn't coat your eyelashes. Like some of the liquid eyeliners, they're just so watery that you end up getting all this crap all over them. And then it's harder to apply the mascara. It just makes it clump. I don't know why. Anyone else experienced that? Next, I am going to be using the Mega Length Mascara in the shade Very Black. Now this mascara, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. So it has this sort of comb end to it, which is very thin. And I really love the Lash Stiletto. It's really buildable, it doesn't clump, you can put on lots of layers. This one definitely adds length, but if you apply too many coats, it does clump, so you have to be aware of that. But if you're just looking for like a nice everyday lengthening mascara and you aren't someone who wants to go overboard with it, this is a nice one. On to lipsticks and lip liners. No surprise here, my Bare It All shade. However, I am very excited because this is brand new packaging. Now before, it was pretty much just clear at the top. There was no little lip thing. So they are obviously trying to rebrand and make it look nicer. Also, the top is like this. It's not the flat top that the other one had. And I have a matching lip liner. This is the Perfect Pout Gel Liner in the shade Bear to Comment. And it is retractable, which is fantastic. This is honestly just the most perfect pinky nude shade. I am obsessed with this lipstick shade. It's like my favorite of all time. All right, this is the final look, guys. Overall, I will give these Wet n Wild products a thumbs up. I would say the concealer is excellent. The foundation is really good, minus the creasing that I get right in here. Eyeliner is probably the best product in this. Definitely recommend you pick it up. So that is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see me review more brands and do full face reviews, please leave a comment down below or give this video a thumbs up on your way out. Thank you so much for watching.